Hi there, I'm LioConvoy and it's TMNT month. While the channel has been doing daily shorts, I didn't want to let the month go without more long-form reviews. So today, we're looking at the original sketch concept TMNT figures from Playmates. Back before the Turtles were the worldwide success that they are now, they were just concept sketches on paper between Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, and these figures are a representation of those in plastic. Do they hold up? Are they accurate to the art? Let's find out. All the turtle figures are the same, so we'll just show off the articulation on one, and it'll demonstrate how they all can move. The head can move 360, as well as forward this far. The arms can move up this far and rotate 360 at the shoulder. Elbows pivot 90 degrees and can rotate 360 at the elbow. The wrist can move 360. Legs can move out this far and rotates 360 at the thigh. The knees pivot at 90 degrees and rotate 360. Arrgh! They're sculpted pretty well, and I haven't seen any paint issues on mine. So far, so good. Let's do this in order. Leonardo comes with two swords with scabbards that plug onto his back, a set piece, and a piece of card art that each turtle comes with alongside an ooze canister that props it up. I have my issues, but we'll go over them later. Donatello is next, and he comes with his signature bow staff that you can store on his back, and a set piece. Now we have Raphael, who comes with a sword and scabbard that plugs onto his back, a pair of sais that you can store on his belt, and a set piece. Finally, we have Michelangelo. He comes with two pairs of nunchakus that can be stored on his wrists, and two set pieces. And here's how they all look with all the pieces put together, and posed as accurately to the art as possible. They don't look bad as a set at all. At least I don't think so. This, however, means we need to move on to...
Dang blasted! What's going on?
Now, I'm going to be a bit anal here, as I'm sure all of you expect of this channel. The way I'll do it is first taking the card art and coloring it to match the figures. There we go. So here's where we get into the issues. These figures are all supposed to be representations of this early artwork, a concept I genuinely love. But do they actually stack up? Let's go by the numbers. With Leonardo, the issue starts with the sculpt itself. It's not quite proportional. On top of that, the articulation isn't sufficient to get him properly into the Jodan no Kamae he's depicted with in the art. The biggest issue, though, are his weapons. Even in this early art, Leonardo is depicted with a pair of katana. However, the toy sculpt is closer to a nagimaki. Worse than that, they're not accurate to the art at all. I'm not sure what the sculptor was thinking when they made these sukas, but this is ridiculous. The scabbards aren't really all that accurate either. Donatello doesn't really have any overall issues, other than the fact that I find it odd that he has a belt when the art doesn't show one for him at all. However, I'm guessing that's for weapon storage, which I can forgive, because a turtle figure without weapon storage is a crime against nature. Now we get to Raphael. The problem with his sword is the same as Leo's because they're the same. Oddly enough, they got his size correct though. Weird. The other issue though is that Raph has no way of holding the sai in his right hand like the art depicts. To a point, I can understand it, but I fear the lack of space between his fingers will eventually rub the paint off the sais. Finally, we have Michelangelo. He's fine, honestly. I worry the clips that hold his chucks will snap over time. In fact, mine already have stress marks on it. But there's no way to fully know if they'll completely snap off, so just be careful. One thing I need to bring up about Raph, though, comes about discussing the choice of colors for these figures. Now, I get it. Playmates made these, and they know that sticking them in the colors of the original Turtles would get our attention, even though the original Mirage Turtles are all the same color with red masks. I'm sure they'll be released in those colors eventually. Back to center, though, I noticed something when I picked up a truly vintage Raphael. Every re-release of a Raphael figure based on the original one is incorrect in color. And this isn't just my eyes here. Take a look. You have the reissue Raph from last year, this new Raph, the giant Raph from last year, as well as the storage shell reissue from last year. You see them here compared to the original vintage Raphael. You'll notice his green is much more saturated and vibrant. I don't know what's going on here, but I wanted to point it out. Time to get into... I think overall this is a neat set, and at $15 each is actually a pretty good deal. I like it when obscure stuff like this is put to plastic. And yes, I also ordered the NECA Sketch Turtles. I'll review them when they come in as well, as I'm interested in seeing if more accurate additional weapons will work with this set for a more accurate visual. The sad part of this is that it's a Target exclusive, but for my toy hunting friends, you'll find the DCPI for them in the description to ease your search for them. While they have their issues, I really do love them, and they make a great addition to your collection as well. What do you guys think of the figures, though? Please let me know what you think in the comments below. Special thanks as always to my patrons. If you want to support me here or via channel memberships, the link is in the description. There's also a link to my community Discord you can join. That's it for now, though. Take care.